got in. Please focus, because if you don't focus today, I'm gonna crash out. Again. Sorry, this is gonna be kind of just like an all over the place yap. Cause I feel I need a little yap. I need a little yap sesh. I have no idea what I'm painting. I kind of wanted to paint the sunset, which is why I came all the way to the beach. All the way to the beach. I act as if it's not like 5 minutes from my house, which I do take for granted a lot of the time. Is there a paintbrush in here? There is, and she's hard as a rock. Is that glue on it? I think that is glue. I think it's like Mod Podge. I don't have anything to soak this in, so we're not gonna touch it because I don't want to break it. No, but what was I even saying? I think I was saying something about taking for granted living by the beach. Yeah, something along those lines. But I do. Every single time I want to drive by, because I have to drive by the beach to go visit Leticia when she's at school. Every single time I'm dropping her back off at home, or if I'm bringing her to my house, this girl loves sticking her head out the window and like smelling low tide. Like, I hate it. I hate it so bad. But I love her. She came from Minnesota, so like no ocean. Where I live now, it's probably like a minute walk to the beach. Like, obviously I had to drive here, but like there's a beach by my house, and sometimes I forget that. I had someone over my house one time, and we were in the backyard, and a seagull like flew by, and she was like, is that a seagull? And I was like, oh yeah, I forget that they're not just like naturally everywhere. No, but I came all the way to the beach. Sorry, I keep on getting sidetracked, but I came to the beach because I wanted to like paint the little sunset and have like peace and calm while I do this little chat, because I feel like I need it. And then I realized that the sun would be setting this way and the beach is behind me. So, dummy moment. These are all my paintings that I've done in the past. This is gonna be my first freehand, so I don't know what we're doing. I feel like I need to get into these colors right here, maybe a purple or two. Oh, you know what I could do? Instead of painting the sunset, I think that I'm going to take a picture from my camera roll. I think it was like from the pandemic, so let me just, or like right before the pandemic started, there was a really nice sunset, and then I took a picture of it, and then I edited it, and the colors went crazy. So I think I'm actually gonna try to copy that image for the sunset picture that I wanna do right now, and hopefully that turns out well. If it doesn't, say la vie. That's my new favorite thing to say, by the way. Or not my new favorite. I've been saying it for a while now. But like anytime there's a problem, say la vie. Cause say la vie. Like, I really can't worry too much. And I think people like, yeah, that's actually what I want to talk about. But I think a lot of times, like, I have this say la vie mindset with everything, which is just like, oh well, like, what has happened, and I can't do anything about it. Let's move on from that. Like, that is really, and this is coming from a girl with like anxiety and depression. Like, I'm aware that nothing in my life is c'est la vie. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing just like passes over me and nothing happens. Like, if I'm experiencing anything, I'm reeling over it for like days, months, maybe even years. Like, I'm aware of that. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, I used to be so much worse, for one. And also, like, oh, that's a pretty sunset, but we're not painting that. I genuinely, like, I think all my, like, issues and quirks would be so much worse if I didn't have this mindset, you know? Like, I think the way that I grew up, like, I just put so much pressure on myself for very little things. Let's see if I can go the whole video without crying. No, I'm joking. Not really. But I put so much pressure on myself for such little minuscule things. Like, if I really think about a lot of things in my life that I worry about and that I stress about, like, I moved on. Like, life goes on.
Will I get over it? No. But life goes on. Not for me.
No, but it really truly does. And when I was younger, it was so hard for me to remember that. So I just try to say la vie the frick out of everything I do all the time, so that I don't dwell on things for too long. But full disclosure, because this is now a therapy session, I did cry this morning. And I am a crier, but this was a different type of cry, because I went to sleep crying and I woke up crying, which is sad. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it doesn't hurt or whatever, what I was going through this morning. But like, and like this morning I was literally crying, and I wasn't giving myself the room to cry. Like, I was like, you need to stop crying, this isn't that deep. But realistically, like, I need to. Like, I need to feel these emotions, or else it's going to be worse. And that's something that I found out, in, like, my recent years, the healing journeys. I finally found the sunset picture, by the way. You've already seen it because I put it on the screen, but it took me that long to find it just now. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, this morning, I was just, like, really, like, in my feels. Like, I was just, like, really just in my head about, like, a bunch of stuff. And then I'm telling myself that I couldn't cry about it. And that's something that I've tried to not do as much now that I'm older. Because, like, when I was younger, everyone was telling me to, like, literally just shut up. Shut up, stop crying. And granted, I can understand how kids crying is annoying, don't get me wrong. But, like, it's not like I was, like, crying over nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't ask someone who got shot to just stop crying because it's not that big of a deal. Even if it's not, like, even if you're gonna survive, you're allowed to, like, feel emotions, and sometimes I forget that. But I don't even know where I was going with this. I just felt like I needed to, like, have a moment of reflection, because I think that, like, a lot of times when I do the C'est la vie thing, because, like, the way I grew up, we're getting back to the point of what I was talking about. Hopefully I can edit this to make it make sense. But, I grew up in a way where, like, there was so much pressure on me to do everything. So as I've gone through, like, the healing process and healing journey, why do you keep on shutting off on me? You want to explain that one? As I've gone through my, like, healing process, I've realized that, like, some things in life really are just c'est la vie. Like, I really do, especially with practicing, like, forgiveness and all that stuff, I really do just have to, like, sit here and be all like, you know what? Stuff has happened to me. Maybe it wasn't good. Maybe it's been god-awful. Maybe it's changed the trajectory of my life, but I can't fix that now. Like, I can't go back in time and change anything that has happened. All I can do is learn from those experiences and move on with my life. Like, a lot of my younger years was me just being hung up on things that I literally couldn't change. Like, and being, like, so resentful. Like, I was such, like, a resentful person back in high school. Like, not to the point that I was, like, mean or anything like that. Like, and I, like, try to give myself grace so much for that period of time, because it was just, like, I was doing the best I could with what I had. But I was resentful, and I should probably start painting. But I did have so much animosity in my heart, and I started, like, letting go of all of that. And my life got 10 times better. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's been a rough 24 hours. Yeah, no, but I just really needed the space and the energy to, like, just be upset about this situation, but also be able to talk it out. Or not, like, talk it out, because I have no interest. I love you guys. I love you guys dearly. Thank you for keeping up with my life. But I have no interest in disclosing this information to anyone else. But I am going through some things right now. I need water for this brush, no? Yes, I do. How do we get water? Hydro flask! And bowl. I get a single drop of paint on anything other than the canvas, and we're leaving. Ah. Okay, that's a little too much. There you go. Calm down. We're not painting the Mona Lisa here. So, a lot of times, sorry, we're just gonna talk about topics, but let's talk about confidence for one. Because I feel like a lot of my confidence is, like, fake it till you make it. A lot of times, I get this a lot. I've gotten it a lot this year too, which I don't like knowing people's perceptions of me. I mean, I do to a certain extent, because, like, obviously, like, a lot of the things that I do are based on people's perceptions of me. Like, I do content creation, obviously, to a certain extent. I care about people's perceptions of me, but I don't really like hearing them. Like, I want to hear them because I want to know, like, ooh, how do you feel about me? But at the end of the day, it doesn't change my worth, because I know who I am. I've known who I am for a while now. Granted, my therapist would say otherwise, but she's not here right now, is she? And I've gotten a lot that I'm, like, a confident person, or, like, a bold person. That's the one that I get the most, that I'm, like, bold, which I wasn't seeing. Like, I think that, like, a lot of times, it's like the c'est la vie thing again, But like, a lot of times people just view me as like a bold individual because I just kind of do whatever I want now. But like, that comes with like the territory. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. I've been through quite a few stages in my life where, not to be a Debbie Downer, but life didn't seem all that fun, you know? So I wasn't gonna keep on going. So I think I live in like the mindset of like, none of this is real. Do whatever the hell you want sometimes. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it backfires. 100%. Like, I've had moments in my life where I kind of just was all like, oh, well, none of this matters, none of this is real, but I still have feelings. Don't get me wrong, I still care about people. I actually care deeply about people, which was weighing on me a lot last night, actually. And I care a lot and very deeply about things, and I was getting down on myself about it yesterday, because, like, it's to my detriment that I care so much about people. And I don't think it's, like, necessarily a bad thing that I have a big heart or whatever, but it does suck. Like, feeling like I'm, like, doing too much in certain situations. I don't like being upset over, like, people who couldn't care less about me, you know? Sometimes I get mad at myself for having a big heart and caring as much as I do. And it's not a bad thing, like, necessarily, but it does it does kind of disturb my life and my peace, but it's a good thing that I care about the people in my life. Like, I don't not like it, and like, I'm always going to be that person, so I can't really get that much down on myself for situations like that. Ooh, I think we're messing this up horrendously, but you know, c'est la vie. Actually, it's not that bad. I'm trying to convince myself, obviously. Only took up this mentality that I need to stop dwelling on stuff, because at a certain point in my life, anything that I went through, I dwell on it for years. Like, it wasn't even like a casual, like, oh, I'm like holding a grudge. Like, I held grudges. Like, if you searched up in the dictionary, like, holding a grudge, a picture of me when I was like 12 would show up. Like, it was so bad for me mentally. People like will say like a lot, like, in their perceptions of me, that I'm confident and I'm bold, but I kind of just do it because there's no other option. Because if I keep on like going through life as if every little thing is affecting me deeply, I'm gonna lose my mind again. I will. Like, it's not like, oh, she might lose it. Like, no, I'm already actively losing it. No, but a lot of people have told me that I'm very bold, and that's something that I was not told ever in my life until this year. So when people started saying it, I was like, nah, you're tripping. You're tripping. But the more I think about it, the more I like need to give myself credit, because like, I just kind of like, I did a lot of work to get to where I am right now, so that I can do anything that I want and not care as much. Like, when I started the podcast and the YouTube channel, and even my TikTok, if we're being completely honest, I didn't like that inflection. And even my TikTok. Sorry. No, but I'm being real when I say that, like, part of me being able to do those things is I stopped caring as much. I still care. Don't get me wrong. I still care what people think about me. I'm not, like, some, like, superhuman who just stopped caring about everything that the world has to offer. But I will say, it became so much easier to pursue things that I actually enjoyed after that, because I genuinely, like, I just live my life as if, like, tomorrow is my last day. And I keep telling myself that, not in the way that I think I'm, like, gonna die. Sorry, I lost the paint that I just used, and now I'm confused. No, but it's not in a way that I think I'm gonna die anytime soon. But, you know, tomorrow's not promised, and I feel like I live my life as that, because I really, and this is something that, like, I really haven't gone to in therapy, but I have a real problem with dying a failure. And maybe that's because I've been, sorry, I'm not showing you what I'm painting. Ooh, gross. Anyways, maybe it's because I've been so close to death that I, like, think this way. I think that's partially what it is. That, like, I've been so close to death that I, like, very much operate under the assumption that, like, it could happen. And part of me, or, like, a big part of me, doesn't want to die like a loser and a failure, which is like weird. It's weird to like think that way, I know, but it's how I operate and I can't fix that. But I rather live my life and do stuff that I love and be cringe than live miserably and appease who? Like, that's the thing too, that I'm not a person who like hates everyone. I am cynical, don't get me wrong. I am a very cynical individual and I'm working on it. But I don't really like people all that much. Like, I don't like meeting new people. Oh my god, she's kind of cutesy. But she looks nothing like the picture, which is like what's getting me. But I'm definitely a cynical person. So it got to a point where I was all like, I'm caring so much about other people's opinions and I don't even like these people. Like, I don't like people, period. Like, I'm just not a people person. I'm very introverted. I don't do much outside of my house. Like, the only reason I left my house to do this video is to get a change of scenery. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't leave my house ever. It got to a point where I was like, Mary Jo, you don't even like people, so why do you care about their opinions? And I don't think that's like a form of like confidence. It's like lack of caring. No, but I don't think I'm necessarily a bold individual. And then I look at my life and I'm all like, no, I kind of just like do whatever I want now. So maybe I am. Maybe I am, and I'm gaslighting myself into thinking that I'm not. But I have like goals and things that I want to do with my life that I haven't yet achieved, which is why I think sometimes when people tell me that I'm bold, I don't really believe them. But now, like, sometimes when I reflect on my life, I'm all like, well, kind of yeah. Like, I can kind of see what people mean when they say that I'm bold, because like, I, too, mind you, I have no idea what I'm doing. So this purple color that's coming out, I don't know if that's necessarily, I want it to be like, let's see if that worked. Ooh, okay. We got somewhere with that. We did. Oh my god, we ate with that. Oh my god, I'm literally an artist. Draw like I'm an artist. No callings, went straight to walking. No foreigns in my garages. Foreign. Sorry, I'm gonna stop now. I'm actually not extroverted at all, which people find strange when they meet me in person versus like how I act via social media, which I could totally understand, because when I'm on social media, I treat it like it's a private story. Anything that I post on, I treat it like it's a private story and like no one can touch me. I see how like a lot of people wouldn't want to do the things that I do. These lines are very harsh. No, don't we think? Sorry, I'm like having a real conversation with you and also trying to have the best art day of my life. Do we see how they're not mixing well? Like how I'm like it just looks like 3 separate lines, actually 4 separate lines of things, and I don't know how to necessarily mix them together. You'll find out soon about me if you stick around, give me a like, a subscribe, but you'll find out soon that that's just something that I do. Like, I can't chillly react to anything, which is why I need a therapist. Like, my chill is very much 100 all the time, every single day. I don't know. I do see how, and I've been told, actually, I had a very wonderful conversation with one of my close friends, who I met a year ago, actually, via, like, my job, and she was talking about starting content creation, and actually, let me read that message, like, just out loud in general, because I remember leaving the conversation feeling really good about myself, and I kind of forget, like, that's the thing, that I genuinely do need to take time in my life to remind myself of what I'm doing and why I'm on earth, because I genuinely do believe, and this is, like, if you believe in God or a higher power, or really anything at all outside of yourself, I feel like this could resonate, but I genuinely believe that, and, okay, to get real, I said before, obviously, I've been close to death, and I have, and I think part of the reason, I know part of the reason why I am still here is because I do have somewhat of a belief in a higher power, whether you want to call that God or whatever, but I do believe that, to a certain extent, okay, I struggle with my Christianity, whatever, but that's not what we're here for right now. But I do believe that my purpose in life was to help other people. And that's what I get to do with content creation. I get to be myself and it helps other people. If one person gets a smile or anything out of this video, if you get anything at all out of this video, then I've done what I think I was put on earth to do. I really don't want to cry right now. No, but I really do think that what I was put on earth to do was to help people. So I got a text message from one of my friends who was going to start content creation, and she was telling me that because of the way I choose to live my life and how I express myself in the world, that it gave her like the confidence to start posting more and start being more herself around people. And that's truly like, that warmed my heart, because it's like kind of like not validation, but it's like letting me know that like my purpose is being actualized by the things that I do in my life, which is like, there is no greater feeling in the world, at least for me, where I stand right now, than realizing that my purpose, like, I am living in my purpose right now. So, that being said, we're gonna start crying now.
I didn't want to be one of those people to add in a voice memo, but I just had to say that, like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, you are and have been the number one person to, like, really help me and, like, push me to my furthest potential. Like, talking to you and, like, hearing the things that you do, like, your character, your personality, like, it really pushes me to, like, be myself and, like, not care. Because, like, you genuinely don't care, and not in a disrespectful way, but in a way of just, like, this is my life and I will not let you control it. And I do have friends and stuff like that that tell me, like, oh yeah, you would be good, you would be great. But like me, I don't know, like with you and me, like our conversations, like they're always like elevation type conversations, and just like I learned so much from you without you even knowing. And I honestly am so grateful, so blessed to even have come across meeting you in this time of life. And I feel like you are one of the people that I needed to meet to reach my fullest potential for real, because you just don't care. Like, you don't care. And I'm like, Mary Jo doesn't care, so why should I care?
I forgot how like emotional that message makes me, but I'm genuinely telling you guys, like, there's nothing, like, there's no greater feeling than knowing that you're living in your potential. Like, living in your purpose, sorry. Like, it is genuinely the most, like, fulfilling thing. Like, I'm doing what I was put on earth to do, because I really just, like, what I was put on earth to do, it's because, like, I went through so much struggle in, like, finding why I was here. Like, when I was struggling with thoughts like that, like, it was like, why am I here? Like, I don't need to be here, like, whatever, like, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had, like, my dark days or whatever, but what helped me get through it was feeling like there's no way that this was all I was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm trying not to cry, so I won't. Because these are happy tears. Granted, I was, like, extremely sad this morning, but these are happy tears, because it's genuinely, like, when I was, like, struggling with those thoughts, it was like, there's no way that this is what my life was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way there's a million, billion, trillion people on this earth. Sorry, I don't give a frick about the numbers. But there's so many people on this earth, and I believe that every single person born on this earth has a purpose to be fulfilled. Like, there's none of this is random. All of this is connected. I think every single detail of this world, I mean, when you really think about it, but I just don't think anything is up for chance, you know? Or not, like, up for chance, but, like, none of this is random. I don't believe it. I don't believe that just stuff just happens. No, I can't. That's, like, I lived my life like that for so long, and it just makes more sense in my head that none of this is random, right? And if none of this is random, then I have a purpose. I have a reason to live. You know, that's what I would tell myself. And I don't, like, at the time I was like, I don't know what my purpose is right now, but I know that it's not just this. Like, I know my purpose in life wasn't just to die. I know that making other people happy is something that brings joy to my life. When I know that I've made another individual happy, whether it's my jokes or just being a kind individual, it helps me feel like I'm living in my purpose. And that is ultimately just, like, something that I love. Like, I just love doing this, you know? And I want to keep living in my purpose, which is why I do what I do. And it's why I live the way that I live. Oh my God, has this been here the entire time? That's so irritating. Didn't even see it.